Hey guys, so today's video is a little bit different. We're going to be juicing and having a little chit chat, a little discussion about 14 things that I have learned since turning 40. I actually turned 41 this year and it's been eventful, but at this age, it's turning 40, getting off on the 4th floor and like transitioning to this new season in my life, I have learned so many things and I wanted to chit chat with you about that today while we juice. If you are on my Instagram, you know that I juice all the time. So I have my cute little watermelon bowl that I got from TJ Maxx, I think, or Marshall's, I can't remember, but I have all my vegetables and fruit washed. I'm gonna go ahead and chop them up. To save time, I get this pineapple already cut from Publix. It's already in a container just to save time because ain't nobody got time to peel. That's something I learned in my 40s. I'm not, wherever I could save my time, I will do that. So I've got that. I've got celery, cucumber, green apple, and kale. I don't normally put ginger in my green juice. It's a little too spicy for me for a large juice, but I do ginger and turmeric shots, which I'll probably show you in this video if we have time. Hopefully it's not too long. So I have my Namaste 2 here. You guys have seen this all over the internet. I graduated from the Champion. If you're an old head juicer, you know about the Champion. That thing was built like a tank. What I love about the Namaste 2 is that I could just dump everything in here and it juices and I don't have to worry about feeding it constantly. So yeah, I think we're gonna start with the kale first and then put the juicier things on top. One of the first things I noticed when I turned 40 was that everything started hurting. I'm not gonna lie to you. I feel like on my 40th, the day after my 40th birthday, I woke up with back pain. I woke up with inflammation. It might have been all the tequila I drank on my birthday, but I feel like everything starts to hurt. Like you definitely start feeling your age. But that's numero uno of one thing that I learned turning 40 is like things start hurting, places start hurting. You don't know, things that you didn't even think could hurt start hurting. And that was one of the first things I noticed, like the back pain, the joint pain in my hands from typing all these years. It's very interesting how that starts to happen. You start to realize that what you eat truly does matter. If I didn't have some sort of balance, some semblance of balance in my diet, I probably would be a lot worse off than I am. So I try my very best. Even though I'm not perfect, I still engage in, I don't want to say questionable, but I still eat junk from time to time, and I definitely am a drinker. So wherever I can get bang for my buck in terms of nutrient dense stuff, I try to incorporate that in my diet as much as possible, just so I give myself that added level of, you know. And 3, the other thing that I've learned is that I am no longer subscribing to hustle culture. I'm done. I feel like I've spent so many years, especially in my 20s, you know, I was in school, I was studying to be a lawyer, I was in undergrad, then I went to graduate school, law school, taking the bar, and then, you know, you start working. And just because you graduate and you're in your career doesn't necessarily mean that you're done. Like, you still have to prove yourself, you still have to fight, and I did that all throughout my 20s, all throughout my 30s, and now that I'm 40, I don't care. I'm not trying to be up the corporate ladder. I'm comfortable at where I am. I mean, granted, if I were to get a promotion or something like that, that would be great, but it's not something that like I'm trying to crawl and scrape and fight for. I'm just over that. Like, I don't want to do it no more. I'm good on it. You know, you still have pride in what you do, but in terms of like constantly having to prove myself and playing the corporate politics game at a very high level, I'm not doing that anymore. We're done. We are done with that. I'm done. Obviously, you want to maximize your earning potential, right? And I'm totally there. I totally get it, but not at the cost of like my mental health. I'm over it. I'm not fighting anybody anymore over any more corporate nothing. So now that I've got everything chopped up, I'm gonna start feeding it into my nama. I already put the kale and the cucumber in here, and I have the rest of it chopped up ready to go. Again, I did the pineapple. You don't have to do this separately. It's just easier for me to run the greens first because they're more leafy. and then as it goes down, I'll add more. But anyways, child, so fourth thing that I learned, or really that just happened when I got into my 40s, my circle got so much smaller. Like, one of my friends says my circle's so small that it's a period. Like, it literally is like that. I don't care to have a million friends. I don't care to like have these big dinner parties and have everybody around and whatever. I'm not doing that. I really just want a core group of friends that mean the world to me, that I can love on. We add value to each other's lives. We have a good time, no drama, and we're just there to support each other, and that's good enough for me. I think in the past it used to be cool to have a huge group of friends, like everywhere you go you know everybody and whatever. That doesn't interest me anymore. It's really quality over quantity at this point in my life, so I'm happy about that. And then number 5 for me is I am going to pick comfort and convenience over struggle and stress any day. I don't care if I have to pay extra for it. For me, I'm gonna pay for the convenience and the comfort. I'm just at that stage. I'm not doing the raggedy hotels no more. I'm not doing the bogus economy flights. I'm not doing none of that. I want my groceries delivered. I mean, within reason. If I can afford it, I'm definitely going to pay for comfort and convenience over stressing myself like I'm just too old. I'm just over it, you know what I'm saying? I just can't. Okay, 6. Woo, it's almost ready to go. Hold on. Oh, I gotta get my strainer. So the nama's almost full. You'll see a lot of people straining their juice, and the reason you want to do that is because sometimes there's a little bit of foam in the juice, and within that foam is air. It's like oxygen, right? And you don't want your juice to oxidize faster than it should, than you want it to. So I try to strain the foam or any little sediments out of the juice so it's a nice smooth juice, and it can last a bit longer in the fridge, right? Another thing is, going out is okay. I think once I turned 40, I started to feel like, okay, well, I'm an auntie now, so I gotta do auntie things. That means I can't go out at night, I can't dress a certain type of way, I can't whatever. No, what I've learned and what my whole, you know, my whole mantra around that is go out. You can go out at night. You can go to a club if that's your thing. You can go to a lounge if you want to do that. You could go to like a hip restaurant. Go and enjoy your life. Like you have a whole other half to live. For me, it's like, yeah, I work hard and I want to enjoy my life with my friends. So if that means I'm going to go to a lounge and stay out till 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, I'm a grown-ass woman. I'm going to do that. But with that said, it brings me to my next point is alcohol in your 40s. Alcohol in your 40s, baby. I don't know what it is. I don't know if I just did too much in my 20s, but alcohol in my 40s just hits completely different. Like, when I tell you I am sick, I'm like, if I do too much on the weekends, I'm literally in bed for 2 or 3 days. That recovery is no joke. So I wouldn't say that I avoid it, because y'all be on my stories, you see I live my life, I enjoy my tequila, but I will say that, you know, it has to be high quality and it has to be in moderation, right? Like, it can't be all the time. I definitely cannot rage like I used to in my 20s and my 30s, but you know, alcohol is actually not doing me any favors. You know, alcohol does have some side effects, like it damages your brain cells, it makes your brain smaller, it hurts your liver, it hurts all the rest of your body. It is a poison, so it's really not doing me any favors. But I don't think I'm ready to stop drinking at this stage in my life, but I definitely feel like cutting back is what I learned to do in my 40s. Number 8 that I learned is wear what you want, child. Wear what you want, because you're gonna only look this good at this point in your life. Like, you could get better. I mean, it's definitely possible, but I just say wear what you want, go out, dress how you want, enjoy your body. It's yours, you work for it. Like, enjoy yourself. I mean, I'm not here to judge anybody. Dress the way you want. I know some people are very scared about other people judging them, but in my 40s I've learned to dress for my age, but I still want to look sexy. I don't want to look like grandma. I don't, whatever that means. I mean, what grandma means to me might be different than what it means to you, but I refuse to wear a muumuu. I refuse to shop in the misses section. No disrespect to anybody that does, but I like to dress a little bit sexy. I like my clothes to be form-fitting, and so that bothers some people. Some people are like, oh, you know, it's very distracting. But as long as I don't feel like I'm vulgar or you know, presenting something, that an image that's not aligned with what I want for myself, I'm good. And I suggest you do what you need to do too. Don't let anybody scare you or pressure you into not being comfortable in your clothes, or you're comfortable in your own skin. You do you. Because I feel like once you hit your 40s, you're like in your grown woman era. Like you are grown, and you don't owe anybody an explanation for anything. And I feel like our bodies are like, especially if you've taken care of yourself to this point, your body is like in the best curvaceous grown woman stage. Because I know in my 30s I was still like fulling out. My 20s, I had nothing, okay? In my 20s I had no body, I had nothing. But I feel like at 41 I am like in my grown woman era. Like I've had a baby, like I brought life into the world. Like my body is the shit, and I'm gonna show it off in the way that I feel is appropriate. Number 9 for me is a thing. In my 40s, I have tried my very best to stop judging younger women, like girls in their 20s, girls in their 30s, for their decision making. I mean, as long as it's not reckless or dangerous, do you, boo? Like, do you? Because we were all there at one point, and I'm sure, because my generation, we didn't have social media like that. So a lot of the foolish things that we did were not caught on social media. So there really was no evidence. You could refute it, you could deny it. Yeah, not that I did that, but there was just a lot of living life a lot more freer, because there were no major consequences socially online for that. So I do caution young women, you know, don't do anything that you can't take back, because the internet, it doesn't disappear, right? But with that said, I'm not trying to judge you, boo. Like, live your life, enjoy your life, and have fun, because you are only 21, 22, 23 once in your life. Enjoy it while you can, within reason. Don't get crazy, don't do anything dangerous. But we as the aunties or the older generation, we really have to stop judging young women for how they dress, for some of their actions. They're young. That frontal lobe is not all the way there yet, so you got to give them some grace. Remember what you was doing when you were in your 20s and your 30s. Leave them girls alone. They're gonna learn. 10, you can always find another job. I feel like in your 40s, you're at a place where, especially if you have had a professional career and you've worked your way up to a place where you're comfortable, you can find another job. Like, these jobs, these things, these businesses, whatever it is, don't let it put you into your grave prematurely. I always say, like, you know what, if you're not happy somewhere, start looking and get yourself another situation. And if that means you bounce around every 2 years, that's fine. You're 41. Like, it is what it is. You're 40. It is what it is. I've just learned that, like, if you're not happy in a situation where your working situation is not aligned with what you envision for yourself, find something else. I see so many times people are like, oh, well, I don't want to switch careers, or I don't want to leave this company. I've been with them for 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years. Okay, and they will lay you off in a heartbeat and not even think about you the next day. Move on. Yeah, that brings me to point 11, which is you can pivot at any age. You can transition to other things. I was on an entrepreneurial kick, an entrepreneurial journey. I wanted to have this business, that business, do this, do that, do all the things. 1, I was completely burnt out. 2, I was unhappy. 3, I didn't have the freedom that I thought that was going to bring me. So I didn't enjoy it. So I pivoted and I went back in-house, and it's been a great decision for me and my family, because I'm way more relaxed, and I don't feel like that's a bad thing. Sometimes we get stuck in what we think is supposed to be the trajectory of our life, and then life just happens. And don't be afraid to switch things up. 12, girl, and this one is, if you don't like to talk about sex, then skip this part. Sex is so much better. Sex is so much better in your 40s. You know your body. If you've had a long-term partner, they know your body. But if you're not in that type of relationship, you just know yourself so much. You know what you like. You're in for the quality experience. At least for me, it's just so much better. Oh my god. And then 13, family drama is not your drama to carry around. Some people learn that really early in life. Some people learn that very early on. For me, because of everything that I've gone through, you know, family wise, it took me a long time to really understand that you know, that family drama, trauma, all of that nonsense that goes on with family, it's not your burden to bear, it's not your cross to carry, and you have to live your life, child, because carrying that kind of poison around in you, and sometimes hate and resentment, listen, that rots you from the inside. And child, we want to look good in our 40s. We don't want to have bad skin, looking all stressed and wrinkled. I don't want that. Dark circles, I don't want none of that. I'm letting it go. Even if it's purely for superficial purposes, a win is a win. A win is a win. And my last point is kind of funny, but it's true, is that your boobs will betray you. Your boobs will betray you at the most inopportune time. They are going to, you're going to wake up one day and your boobs are going to betray you. If you know what I'm talking about, leave some thumbs up in the comments, or something shaped like a boob, some watermelons or whatever in the comments, to let me know you feel me, because they start going places that they never went before, and they start like expanding, they start doing a lot of weird things, and they will betray you. That's what I learned. That was my final thing that I learned in my 40s as a 41-year-old woman. So my juice is pretty much, it's all in here, my green juice. I don't think I'm gonna do the ginger and turmeric juice. Maybe we'll save that for another time. But if you can see in here, you see all this foam? Yeah, you definitely don't want that in your juice. So I kind of just shake out what I can. I'm gonna do a few 16-ounce jars just so everybody can have some. So what I do is I try to, I'm not gonna taste it because I already know it's good. I try to fill it up as much as I can, all the way to the top, to avoid any air between the juice and the lid. I ordered these ball lids from Amazon, and that is my juice making process. I'm so happy that you joined the channel today. I really enjoyed making this video. If you enjoyed it, please thumbs it up and consider following the channel, subscribing. Have a great rest of your day. Hope to see you again soon. Love you. Be blessed and be great. See you next time.